He's probably more of an adult than I am. I mean,
He's definitely more than me.
we just talked about it. There is no golden break in play, so this is not a win. The 8-ball will simply be spotted. And play will continue. Tom did make another ball besides the 8, so he will stay at the table. And this is a messy rack. This is something that you end up with when you do that side ball break like that. Yeah, you can send the 8-ball flying, but the clusters that come with it are they can be devastatingly tough to run out.
Attention call.
Tom's going to do the best he can with it.
Nice to see Tom's branded up as well. Got jam up on the top. Gone for the Louisville shirt, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely like that. And Tom looks good in it. You know, Tom slimmed down quite a bit since the last time we saw him, which was only a few months ago.
It's subtle. It's a small element, but it's one of the things I look forward to the most. Obviously, Jam Up, one of Multiple USA's partners, and we have these branded tops for every single event. And every time I look forward to seeing what they come out with. They work with the event branding team to kind of coordinate so that they're somewhat on point, and yeah, it's always good to see what they've got.
And one of our league operators, Jeff Goodman, he comes to every event. He has every single event t-shirt with all the shootout players on it in a shadow box in his pool room. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, love it.
And meanwhile, this is not a good spot to be in. Nick Keller might get an opportunity at the table here.
Yeah, and it's gone wrong.
And Nick is going to be from the Kansas City area. I'm not sure exactly where around there, but I know he was at the Kansas City Open, and he was local to that pool hall. It's great. We got a battle of the Louisville Open tops.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite?
I really like the silver. I really like the silver with the gray.
I do. I like the silver.
But both of them, to be fair, are beautiful jerseys.
Really important, of course, that Nick gets off to a good start here. You know, he's got the mistake from Tom Cousins, and that doesn't happen too often. And you have to punish him and just force your way onto the match here. There's no doubt that Tom's big favourite for this game, but Nick can play. I spoke to a couple of players that know him, and you know, they said, you know, he's second favourite, of course, but he's a good level player. And that's what we have in the Open here. We have a good range of players. You know, it's a fun format for people to play in, and you know, some players are here, you know, just to enjoy themselves. Some players want to play against the best players in the world and have some fun and experience that. And some players are kind of coming here to try and win the tournament.
I can tell you, as much as Nick would love to get into the cash rounds of this event, he's going to really enjoy the opportunity to play Tom, because he is one of those players that likes the competition of it, wants to test himself and see how far he can get against the best.
That was a toshy little shot, wasn't it? I thought that was going to just wiggle away.
He's not out of the woods yet, but this has a pretty natural run to his next ball. He just needs to use the speed control to get there. He can't overrun this, because if he does, it's going to spell disaster. He went for the bank and a little touch. He's going to have this ball.
How about that? Great bank from Nick, and he's in great shape here.
Well, if you're gonna get a game on Tom Cousins, this is a cool way to get it. For all you Kentucky players, just remember, people from Kentucky aren't the only ones that can bank the balls. It's a beautiful, beautiful play on that.
He's done well there. Had to just control it. He's got to accept that. It's comfortable 8-ball really. And this to punish the error from the Louisville shootout champion.
It's very important here. He just settles down and plays the shot like it's the last shot he needs to win the tournament. He did.
Nicely done.
Oh, there you go.
He's got some support here to avoid disappointment. Good break. Good break. A little bit of a funny layout here, but what's your take here, Stephen?
Re-rack him and break him again. To be honest,
he can't go solids, can he? I mean,
Yeah.
he can take. I guess he could take the 5, but
the stripes is the way to go. You have a big issue in the 13 ball. Luckily, you have a ball right there to move it, but it doesn't have a great spot to move to.
so do you think the 15 goes?
I do. I do
And
think
if,
the 15
if you
goes.
get the 15, you can move the 13.
The biggest issue with that is it's moving towards all the solids, and it's going to be a touchy one.
Now, we talk a lot about Tom Cousins and his clever ball brain. If that was Tom playing that shot, I think he would have tried to get a bit more grip, get to that point to be able to play that shot that we're talking about second. And you're bumping the ball only a few rolls. You've got options down the table and up the table.
So this is clever here. I don't know if he has the angle. I think he was trying to leave himself a shot where he could bump into the 15-13, but he's gone on the wrong side of the ball here. He may be able to manipulate the angle. He did. And that was always the worry with doing anything with that, because you just don't know where those balls are going to end up.
I can only assume he didn't feel the 15 went, but it looked like it did. Looked like there was room, and that was the controllable way of playing it, because you make the pot and you can bump it out with just a little control.
And he's got a built-in move on the 13 here, but the 15 is still going to be the issue. Oh, and he missed it. He missed the breakout. So now this becomes infinitely more difficult.
He's certainly digging a hole, isn't he?
We use that term a lot, but it's something that happens a lot in 8-ball.
Attention call.
I don't know what he's going to do here. He's drawing up on this ball. Well, he's going to need.
That nearly came out like a dream, didn't it? If he just catches the 2, it's all open. In the end, it's nowhere.
I mean, that was really a good effort at what he was trying to do, but what he was asking to do was a huge shot. Very difficult. Now, what do? You just got to play safe. He's going very, very attacking on that. I feel like he could have just laid up against the 1 and the 7. There's not much progress in it that way, but
He's had a roll here, though.
yeah.
He's had a serious roll here. Tom can get through, but can't do anything with it.
And Tom's going to do exactly what I talked about. He was trying to lay him up there. You know what's funny here? This 15 ball, if he can see the whole of it, he could inadvertently or on purpose get in between the 6 and the 8. Maybe with a good little fortunate bump, he could make that ball on the side.
Well, he's having a look to see if it goes clean. I can tell you the gap is about a ball and a half. And I think it's on the high point. I don't think it's in the pocket. Oh, what a shot. How
Oh,
about
Nick Keller.
that? Don't worry about the side. Just go corner. That's a serious shot. He
Under
played
the
it with a
gun,
split
too.
second left as well. Yeah, under the gun for sure.
Well, and that looked really messy, and all of a sudden, Nick Keller's got an opportunity to go 2 up on Tom Cousins.
Yeah, this is a big shot though. This is because he's going to have to come twice across here for the 8 ball.
I think he can just roll it in.
Oh, he could. He could. Excellent.
Yeah, it's going to be thin, so he's got to make sure that he puts a little bit of side spin on this to help the 8 ball get in the pocket. I don't think he can see it cleanly. It's very tight.
He's not happy. He's not happy. So back to the drawing board. What's he going to come up with now?
I think he's going to cross it. This is a clean cross bank into the corner. You have to watch out for the cue ball. You get a bad kiss on the cue ball into the 7, you could scratch.
So close. Oh, he's going to scratch anyway, I think. No, he's okay. Catches the point, but that should be end of rack. I tell you what, we're 10 minutes into this match. It's only 1-0, and it's been entertaining so far. There's a lot going on when Nick Keller's at the table.
Yes, I mean, a really valiant effort at trying to get out there, kind of throwing the defensive side of the game to the wind and saying, I'm going to go out guns blazing. And he almost got there. You see the more technical side of this match. Tom's going to dissect this like a surgeon. This isn't his best play. I think he wanted to be on the other side of the 4 ball. He's going to take the 7 instead to try and reset on that 4. Get a better angle. And he's done a decent job of being able to do that. He'll just be able to roll forward. For all the effort that Nick Keller made, it just wasn't quite enough to get that 2-0 lead. We're going to see Tom go down on the 8 ball here to make it 1-1 with right around 28 minutes left.
Right.
He's very nice. He's very, he's kind of quiet, but he's not afraid to, take pictures and sign things that want to be signed and have a quick conversation with the fans. And that's what will grow his fan base tremendously, over here at least. He's already got a huge one overseas.
Mentioning the trophy cabinet, I said to him after he won last night that, are you a trophy guy? Some players are, some players aren't, and because I always was, and shame I didn't win any. But he said he is, but I said, you must have a big trophy cabinet. So he puts them all up in the club. Puts them all up in the club back home. I said, must be a big trophy cabinet in the club.
That's fair. Well, you probably have more room in the pool hall than you do in your house. So
True.
little sneak peek. Our mini games shootout. Tom Cousins did indeed sign up for that.
No way.
He did.
No way.
He wants the belt.
He wants to put a belt in the cabinet.
That'll be an interesting as well as Bergman. So you might get another Bergman Tom match, but it's not going to be what you expect.
Well, Bergman signed up as well.
Yes.
Oh my word.
If you guys want information on that, check out our TikTok. That'll be where that's at, and it'll be during the break. But it's the only place you'll be able to see it because we will be taking a break here in a little while before we go into our mixed pairs. But still a couple matches here. Tom Cousins, Nick Keller, taking it nice and slow in this match.
He's gone too far.
and not enough at the same time.
Yeah, well, whichever way he was playing it, it's gone wrong. I suppose, was he? Yeah, he probably was trying to go further, wasn't he?
Well,
got the 10 up the table.
I think he would have come short for the 12, 9, 10, but he could have been trying to play kind of the two-way, and he got right on the 50-yard line.
I think possibly he was playing the 10. But whichever way, he certainly wasn't playing where he is.
Uh-oh. This might be workable. If he can go 2 rails off the 10 ball, he's looking at the 9. He must be able to see it cleanly.
Oh, catches the wrong ball.
It's going to be a foul. And our referee staff, International Referees Organization, catching that one and calling the foul. If you guys are interested in becoming a referee, keep an eye on our social media page. We do offer those classes to get certified to be able to referee these great events. Nick here with a gift. He's taking his time figuring out how he wants to get this rack out.
Attention called.
Calls his extension. Here, referee Chris McCurley call for it. Give himself a little bit extra time to get where he needs to be on the 6 ball, and he got there. Just going to roll up a little bit. We're about to go 2-1. Nick Keller, if he can get this 8 ball down. He's put himself in a prime position to do so. What an upset this would be. As the time runs out, we don't have to see somebody get to 7 games at this rate. And what a swap from what it could have been. And a ball down. And a really nice layout. Really for either option here. The 7 ball does pass. Of course, you have the 2 stripes up there touching, but you can take those out right now. Nick's in a good position to win this rack.
Extension called.
And I like that play there, calling the extension so he can finish mapping out how he wants to run this. It is a very straightforward, but you still have to give it the time, give it your due diligence, and give it the respect that it deserves.
I think it's a smart way to go. I really do.
If you rush one of these shots, even though most of them are very, very cut and dry, if you rush them, you can make a mistake that you don't want to make against Tom. Letting the time get away from him there a little bit. Still going to be perfectly fine here. He's got that duck on the bottom right-hand corner that's just sitting there. If he does end up making a mistake, he's got that as kind of his backup. I'm not sure he got what he wanted. If it's that big of an issue, I think he can play the 12 into the 11 here and just bump the 13 out. I think that's what he's going to do. Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, not much angle to work with.
Yeah, I like taking the 10 here, giving yourself kind of a bigger angle. That way you can make the 13 and move the 12 at the same time. It goes against everything because you don't want to take your problem ball last, but in this situation he's kind of being forced to. And he's gone too far. Too far and not far enough at the same time. He had a big gap there. I think he was overestimating how much angle he needed. He's going to try and spin this ball. Does not promote the breakout. Well, and he did scratch. However, I think that would have been a foul anyways. International 8-ball rules says that if the cue ball jumps on a path where it would have normally hit a ball, that is a foul. You cannot jump in these rule sets. And because of the elevation off the table, I think it would have been a foul anyways. And Tom gets the nice little bump here. This is very laid out. I believe we're heading towards a 2-2 with probably around 18 minutes left on the clock.
It should be routine for Top Cat here. Plain sailing for Tom. All square, assuming he gets the 8 here. We've got 17:50, plenty of time. Still expect one of these two players actually to run it out and get the victory. Actually, there's so much time left in the match. Job done.
Oh, goodness.
Does he have anything? I mean, the break is a Tom Cousins power break, but
This is a safety all day. There's no shot.
there's nothing,
there.
is there? No, just nothing. And there's been that sort of match for Tom. Just can't get the rhythm, can't get the flow.
Extension call. Solid in play. Stripes in play. Solids in play.
Well, and this is just a really messy rack. There's nothing to dissect here. It's messy, and they're both going to have a hard time dealing with it.
I have to say, I think all this plays into Nick's hands. I know he's sort of chasing again, but the match is just getting shortened up, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, at what, 22 minutes left, we were 1-1, and now 8 minutes later, 6 minutes later, we're at 2-2. The 15-second shot clock is definitely going to come into play, and it's very possible that the entire match could come down to the match clock.
Yeah, and what I'm sort of getting at is an excellent shot, and that
Really good.
gives him a fighting chance here to actually finish the run out. But what I'm getting at is the fact that if I'm playing Tom Cousins in a race to 7, or if I'm playing Tom Cousins, I'd rather be playing him in a race to 4 than a race to 7. And the match clock, I'm not saying we're playing a race to 4, but essentially it's shortening it right down, and it just levels this playing field.
Well, and essentially we are playing a race to 4 and with a 15-minute time limit at this point. And I talked about it earlier, and I said that we would see the pockets tighten up. He didn't hit that right in the center, and it bobbled. And that's going to happen more and more as the weekend goes by.
Look what he's left, though. Nothing.
Yeah, there's not much there. The only thing that's even feasible, and it's not good because if he misses, I see the 9 off the 12 into the 15. But he could bank the 10, but there's nothing good to leave.
Is he banking the 10, or is there a safety option? Could you put the 10 on top of the 8?
You could do that. Just going to elongate the rack. Oh, wow.
Oh, no, just float the 10 in like it's hanging over the pocket, and now the layout is perfect, and Tom Cousins will win this frame.
Well, that's why I'm in here and he's out there.
That's such a good shot.
So do you shoot the 12 in the side or the corner here to get it out of the way?
I'd take it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really would. I don't suppose it's too much issue for him to come back across.
Not a knock against him, but Tom's not exactly playing his a perfect game right now. He's made a few mistakes. Was able to recover from most of them, but and he's going to do it in this one too. It's a good shot. And by the looks of it, we're going to be right around 12 minutes with just a 1-game lead for Top Cat. If he can get these 2 balls down. There it is. And when you see these pros versus amateur matchups, that's what it comes down to. When the amateurs are hanging with the pros, it's that 1-rack lead that moves to a 2-rack lead that leads from a mistake off the break like this one. This is where it's going to get hairy. And Tom's got to feel really good coming to the table like this.
What you like here? I think I like the stripes here.
Yeah, the big one is the 15 ball, but I think you have enough range around that 15 ball to move it.
You can take the 9 down the table to get going, and then it's what ball do you use to deal with the 15.
To be fair, all of the solids look good too. There's not anything that's really in major trouble, but I
don't like the 7. Yeah,
I think the stripes are the play. all about that 15 ball. How do you get it out? How do you get it into a favorable position to win the rack?
Well, Tom's normally aggressive, and I'm expecting him to try and come off the side rail and get into it. 8 ball, full ball, or half ball would be perfect. Here we go. Yeah, just like that.
We've said it before, this is why they are the elite, because they can take care of their problems very early in the rack and make it much easier to finish the pattern. And now all that's left to do is just to take his time and get out here. And I think, you know, he's not really playing the clock, but he's definitely not in any hurry to run this out, because with the 2-game lead and the clock slowly moving down, it's helping him along the way. We're going to move to that 15-second shot clock, and we don't know what kind of effect that will have on Nick.
Yeah, that's a good extra point as well.
There you hear it, the sound effect going off, and we are now at 15-second shot clock. The bad news for Nick is we may not see how he handles that until Tom is up, maybe 5-2. It's going to be Tom's break next.
For such a large part of this match, Tom Cousins has been bang under it.
Including our most decorated champion, Sophia Mast, has made it into the building, and she is, I believe she's either has a match or has already played her match.
If she wins silverware this weekend in either of the women's or the juniors, it's a serious story, just simply by the fact that she's had to forfeit her first round match in both. Essentially, she started the tournament in the losers bracket because she was playing in the World Championships in Puerto Rico and went really well, which obviously was great to see. Quarterfinals, I think she ended up coming up short in, but brilliant run for Sophia.
And we would have been thrilled to see her stay in Puerto Rico and take home that championship. But
it was one of those, wasn't it? Because we all want to see her play, certainly in the mixed pairs tonight, and see how she goes in the women's and the juniors. But also, we wanted to see her go on and have huge success at the World Championships. So conflicted, of course. But it's going to be great that we get to see her play tonight with Sam Henderson in the mixed pairs.
And I can't wait for that. There's obviously there's 8 great teams, but I think the story there is Sam Henderson and Sophia Mast, as well as
Should we get the favourites?
David and Peggy Matlock. I don't know how Peggy plays, but I do love seeing them at the table.
Tom Cousins and Tara, maybe, I think. I just don't think there is a favourite. That's what I like about it. It's just so difficult to know.
Justin Bergman playing in that as well. And so we're going to get to see some fun stuff. Scotch doubles is so much fun. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I do think Sam and Sophia, at least as far as the crowd goes, are absolutely going to be 100% the crowd favorite.
Yeah, Sam and Sophia, and then I always pronounce her name wrong, but
Elul Kibaraglu?
Yeah, playing with Payne McBride, and then obviously
that's a very strong team.
Yeah, very, very strong. Payne plays in the next match as well, and then we've got Dave Matlock and Peggy. Timmy Bly plays with Sarah Stevens. Josh Stone and Becky Stone play together. Tom plays with Tara Connor. Justin Bergman with Tina Larson, and Lisa Biller plays with Stephen McGahey.
Yeah, Justin Bergman and Tina Larson will also be a very strong team, but doubles is such a finicky game.
League Ultimate Pool USA, reach out and you never know. I'm looking for a league operator.
And Houston would be a great spot to get because the pool there is rampant.
Actually, I should say, if you are listening and you're interested, then wherever you are in the country, reach out, League at Ultimate Pool USA, and if your area is available, then our team will reach out to you and you can start negotiations.
All 50 states jump on board. Ultimate Pool is going to do 11 events next year. This is not a one and done type of thing, guys. We're not going anywhere.
29 states we're in now.
We have so
29.
much on the board, and it's only going to get better.
We've been going for 8 months, and we're in 29 states in the United States of America. It's quite incredible, really.
All moving towards our grand finals in October of 2025. You've seen the commercials, I know you have, but there's a lot at stake there.
I'd like to say that come for the cash. We're going to pay out $100,000 first prize. Come for that, but stay for the format, stay for the fun.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible event. October is already on my calendar as something that I'm extremely excited for. And you can be there, make a team, jump in a league, win your regional area events, and come hang out with us. Oh, that's a great shot there. Being able to utilize the 9-ball to get out. And just 5 minutes left on the clock, and Tom is in full control of this match.
Yeah, he's in the sort of comfort zone there. That's why we had a little bit of a chat about the league. We had time just to take our mind off this game because Tom was cruising really. 3 in front, under 5 to play, no golden breaks in play. Remember, looked like he was going to run out here. This just about keeps Nick alive. Yeah, cue ball in hand certainly does. Okay, doesn't get cue ball in hand, but he certainly has a great chance to run out here all the same.
Nick having a little giggle about that one because he thought he was coming to the table in a really good spot. Unfortunately, that cue ball goes an extra few rails, makes contact, and makes it legal. And you see here, you notice under that 15-second shot clock, Tom is very, very smooth. He's walking. Nick is flying around this table.
Oh, you've got to make sure of the finish there. He should have absolutely got that one out. And yeah, I'm with you. Just over-rushed it. You have to go quick in his position. 3 behind with, what was that, 4:20 on the clock. But this is a poor miss.
Yeah, and this may seal the coffin shut for Nick's winner's side advancement.
Yeah, worth pointing out, isn't it? He moves into the second chance bracket, so this is not the end.
Yeah, and last time around, both players that we saw in our finals, of course, that was Jordan Shepard and goodness, lost my train of thought.
In the final of the Open.
Oh, Joe Prince.
Yeah.
Prince. These guys are getting a little taste of what Sophia Mast and Kennedy Mayman did last time, is simply playing every event possible. Their schedule is full, but
well, it would have been interesting, and what a break this is from Tom Cousins. It would have been interesting if Sophia didn't have the World Championships conflict, because she would have been invited as the junior and women's champion. She would have been invited to the shootout, and she was already invited into the mixed, and all of a sudden she'd have been the only player in the tournament playing in 5 events.
And with the opportunity to hold up 5 new trophies, she would have been all about it, because she wants the titles. The money is nice, but she wants the titles. And this is a sticky spot for Tom. It's really the only spot he could get, but it's a very, very touchy shot. He played it very well. Those shots there are always the ones that I tend to make mistakes on.
Not Tom Cousins, though. 2 balls away. Just beat the clock. 2.5 minutes to go.
And for Nick Keller, great showing. He started off amazing. Gave us some real highlight shots, but just got away from him. Tom Cousins is advancing on with a 7-2 victory over Nick Keller.